Well, thank you very much for having me here. It's such a pleasure to be here with you.
Thanks for taking the time.
I've been listening to your new album, to your third album, and it was so great, so I loved it, so congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I've noticed something while I was listening to it. It was like the first cover of your first album, the second one and the third one, all have the same cover,
Yes.
but with different colors.
Yes.
Why is that?
For me, the music is what's the most important, and I didn't want to have like my face on the cover. I'm not that pretty. And I think this picture really describes the music well. It's all creativity is inherently feminine, and I mean, all the most powerful energy is always feminine. I mean, you guys can give birth, we can't.
I agree with that.
And for me, it's a real woman. There is some hair, there is some real breasts. There's no fakeness about it, and there's this the empty bottles. It's called La Mujer con las Botellas, the lady with the bottles. And it's in morning light. It's very honest, and it has a lot of feeling in it. It's beautiful, but with no sex. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like that we can have a beautiful naked body without sexualizing it. I think it's important.
So what do you think about feminism?
Feminism, I mean, I think either you're a feminist or you're an asshole. If you don't agree that people should have equal opportunities and equal rights, and that goes for women, that goes for gay men, gay women, that also goes for refugees and foreigners in our countries. I think we have to remember what kind of values we want to stand for before we let the democracies of the West crumble into another round of fascism.
That's such a great statement. Well, I want you to tell me something about Love Someone, your first single. What is it about? And
Love Someone. So I have a lovely, lovely wife. But 2 years ago, she gave me something bigger than anything. She gave me a daughter, Viola, which is why the album is purple. Viola, violet, purple.
oh, that's it.
And she's, when I became a father, I realized that I could lose all this. If I'm a bad father, my daughter will choose not to see me. If I'm a bad husband, my wife will leave me. If I'm not a good brother, my sisters won't call me and come by with my nieces. So I really realized here in the 30th year of my life that I have to do my best. My best today is not the same as my best tomorrow, and my best right now in the morning is not the same as my best tonight before I go to bed. But I will try to do my best and be the best.
Yeah, it's okay to change.
Our best changes. If you are sick, your best is not the same.
In this new album, you're a little bit away from this pop sound. Are not you afraid to be getting away from the crowd you reached with 7 years?
I'm not afraid of being away from the pop sound because 7 years is not a pop song. 7 years is like un balada de folklore.
Okay.
It's like a song, it's like verse A and verse B.
We like to put labels, you know, like...
My father told me this once. I don't know what I like, but I like what I know. And that goes very well for music. People want to put it in a box so they can understand it. For me, music doesn't belong in a box. Art does not belong in a box. We have some more pop songs on the record, like Love Someone is a more easily accessible sound. And then we have some more dark stuff like Hold My Hand or Not a Damn Thing Changed. But I'm not afraid because I just like to write songs. I like to write songs that touch people, but mostly I write songs to touch myself. And that's how it usually works. If I can write songs that really affect me, I can make them affect you. I mean, at the end of the day, I have to sell the song to you, right? And if I don't believe it, I can't sell it.
So it's a very emotional album.
Yeah.
Like the other one. So in this album, you talk about the matter of growing and carrying on with our own lives. Mm-hmm. And I want to go to your roots. You were born in Christiania. It's like a free town, external to all the European rules and all that stuff. And since you have a daughter, I want you to give an advice to all the young people who are like consuming music through electronic devices and all that stuff, you know, like.
Well, now, yeah, I have a daughter now, and I limit her contact with electronic devices, because she changes. If she has a phone in her hand or the iPad, you can see she becomes another person. So what I do is I put on the music, but without seeing the device. I'll put it on the speakers in the house. And yeah, what I do with my daughter is I read a lot of books with her. Books, we play Legos, we have some dolls, of course. I mean, she just, anything non-electronic she can get to play with. Like when my friends give us gifts for my daughter, I say, give us books or give us some wooden playthings. Because like her favorite thing is watering the plants in the garden. So do things with your children. Don't put them in front of screens.
Yeah,
if you're listening to music, dance with them, sing with them.
Rita Ora told us she doubted herself wouldn't be such a successful artist if she hadn't grown up in London. What do you think about this?
I think it's a bullshit statement.
Because you were born in Christiania, you were not born in a
but I think
great
I
city.
think you should take into account that the Rita Ora is from Albanian parents.
Yeah.
So I think what she's talking about is that if she had been born in Albania or Kosovo, her life, her outlook on life would be different, her opportunities would be different. But I really don't believe that they would be that different. If you want to break boundaries and break barriers, you can do this. But she's definitely right that she's luckier in London. It would be easier for me if I had grown up in New York or LA or London or even Madrid, Barcelona or Paris. My chances of international success might have been bigger, but maybe not. At the end of the day, you are a product of all the people you meet, the books you read, the music you listen to, the choices you make, the thoughts you have. Everything you eat, everything you're thinking about and feeling is what's creating you. So if you come from the middle of nowhere,
she's coming from a refugee family.
So the difference between...
That's why I'm asking you that.
Yeah, no, I mean, I grew up with a lot of refugees as well that ended up having bright careers, depending on... Some of them became doctors, some engineers, some became music producers in Argentina. So I think it's very afraid to limit your own potential like this and saying, oh, I can only do this because of this. No, you can do this because of you. You are doing this. Not the circumstances aren't doing anything. You are doing everything. But I understand that this mindset can be hard to understand. I have some friends in Denmark that don't understand this mindset. A friend of mine, I wrote the Not a Damn Thing Changed to my friend William. William hung himself. He killed himself in January this year because he couldn't understand the mindset. He thought that the world was working against him. But in truth, he was working against himself. I learned very early from my father and my mother that I can work with the world, or I can work against it. And that's about how do we think about ourselves and our people around us.
We're going to change a little bit this interview because I know you can speak in Spanish. Can you tell me something or even sing me something in Spanish?
Es posible. Yo vivo en Argentina 10 años antes en un barrio se llama Constitución. Carlos Calvo entre Lima y Salta, próximo de 9 de julio. y yo escribí mis primeras canciones allá en Argentina. Y cuando me voy no hablas castellano y cuando yo vuelvo a Europa hablas castellano de la basura.
Qué facilidad. You have a great Spanish.
Muchas gracias.
Are you still learning?
I try to, yo quiero practicar mi castellano cuando yo me voy a Texas, Arizona, California, pero allá también en España.
Okay, well, the Spanish is very present in current music. There's any Spanish band or artist that you like now?
I'm not aware of it. I mean, I like hearing, what I like about Spanish music is even the slow songs, it's always made for moving. I mean, the ballads are made to dance, the quick songs is made for dancing, everything is made for life. And in some way, I miss some of that in Scandinavia, that some of our music is made to just stand still and listen to.
It's very cold outside.
But I mean, it's a reflection of the climate, no?
Yeah, that's it.
It's very cold in Denmark right now. So I mean, I would love to make some songs. I love to sing in Spanish and perform I mean, some of our best concerts have been in Madrid and Barcelona. The people give a lot of their heart.
Well, more and more artists, not Spanish artists, are making their own music with Latin rhythms. Have you ever think about it, to introduce like these rhythms in your music?
I think if I was to use a Latin rhythm, I would like to sing it in Spanish and do it with a Spanish artist, maybe record it here. There's a lot of talk about this cultural appropriation, how different cultures are stealing from each other. I think as long as you do it in a nice way and you do it in a good way, it's all right. You should just pay homage. Remember to tell where you got the idea from. Mention the artists that inspire you or the country that inspires you to do these things.
So you can consider it to do it.
I just like to
experimentation.
to write music and perform different types of music. We did a calypso version of Love Someone at a sound check yesterday, which was super weird, but it was really fun.
Yeah. Well, now I want to read these fans' questions. I picked a few questions from your fans. So this is the first one. Can you tell us some funny anecdote that happened to you while you made the album?
My daughter was there when we were writing the album in LA, so very often while we were sitting and writing songs, she would like walk into the studio and then she would basically want to draw, but she wants everyone to draw. So she goes around and handing out pencils.
Really?
Dave takes a pencil and everyone gets, and then here, paper, but everyone has to draw on the same paper. And you can only make like one little thing, and then she'd take your pencil and give it to the next person. So it was really weird how the writing process was sometimes like stopped all the time because of this cute little baby coming in and be like, I mean, also writing Not a Damn Thing Changed. We started writing at like 1 in the afternoon and we kept going with my new favorite drink is tequila. The main difference from the Blue album and the Purple album is the Blue album we were drinking rum and on the Purple album we were drinking tequila. No, we were finished writing at like 6 in the morning. And my wife came to the studio and like looking for me, and I was trying to clean up and I was so drunk. And she was like, why are you still here? And I'm like, the guys left like 2 minutes ago, I'm just cleaning up. And she basically came over because she was worried. She got up with the baby at 6 and was like, where is he? And she walked to the studio and there was just me, really drunk, and a lot of empty bottles. But the song was good.
So she's growing with the smell of tequila.
Yes, my daughter is growing up with the smell of tequila. I mean, not the worst smell. I mean, it could be.
It's fine, sometimes. Well, second one. A few years ago, you released a documentary, and the fans want to know if you will do another about the band's growth.
We have recorded a lot of footage. Renee, who started following us in 2013, has been making it into a real movie, I think. It's going to be like 1 hour and 30 minutes about from 2013 to 2018. Yeah, so hopefully there's going to be like a real long film to come out about us. But it's not. It's really just documentary style.
Okay. What do you like the most about Spain that make you guys come back to this country on tour?
The language, for me. There's also the food. I mean, vegetables here always taste so good. There's so many things. Now I travel so many places where it's like I'm always more at home in Europe. This is where I'm from, I'm European. And then when I'm here, I just feel nice. I think also, I mean, Madrid, Barcelona, I think I'm getting a little more into Madrid because the food is a little more traditional, a little less tourists. And
well, what's your favorite record of the album?
It changes. Not a Damn Thing Changed is the one that means the most to me because it's about William and all the guys at home. But Redemption Song, You're Not the Only One, is one for me. It has a meaning to it that's necessary for the world right now. I think we need some change and some proper conversation.
It's called like the Bob Marley song.
Yeah, I mean there's a reference to Bob Marley in the beginning that Please Give Me a Redemption Song. It's one of my favorite of Bob Marley. And I think that we need these kinds of songs right now. There's a lot of fast food and popcorn music. There's a lot of music just to give people entertainment. And that's okay. I mean, I'm not saying we don't need entertainment, but I also want to think for myself.
Well, Lucas, thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you very much.
And good luck with this third album.
Thank you. I hope that we can say that it has been a great success when we come back in April for some concerts.
It will be.
And I still have my Los Cuarentas cup at home in my kitchen. My wife hates it, but I love it.
Todos los éxitos.